Our mission is all about serving churches to impact the nations with the gospel for the glory of God. My background's kind of unique because I was born into a missions family and grew up in the mission field of Papua New Guinea. My senior year of high school, my mother passed away in a tragic car accident, and my dad's testimony and his commitment to the people of Papua New Guinea, that just had a huge impact on my life. And it was at that point that I was really surrendered to missions.
I think one of the great things and unique things about Open Door Baptist Missions is the connection to the local church. As a ministry of Morningside Baptist, there's a strong connection there that you don't always have. And so obviously the heart of the mission board is to see local churches established.
See churches planted that are indigenized, and just really see indigenous national church planting movements and missions movements develop.
We're in a unique period as we shift into the 21st century. We look at the way we've done church and done missions for a lot of years.
Traditionally, I think of missions originating from England and the United States and then going to other parts of the world.
And those opportunities aren't there as much, especially as there are a lot of closed nations. God is at work growing His church in those closed countries. His church is thriving.
And it's been exciting. Recently, we had missionaries in Mexico who were then sending missionaries to other Latin American countries. I think the Philippines is continuing to grow.
It's the opportunity to go in with a little bit of a different angle, which actually may be more too close to what was going on in Acts and in the New Testament. So it's kind of that cutting edge idea of we want to be in these places where there is an open door and where maybe opportunities haven't existed before. We want to take advantage of those.
My brother, I just was talking to him on the phone. He's in Africa, and there's some tension coming up in October with the upcoming election of a Muslim president. He was recently, just a few weeks ago, hosting some basketball clinics and put a video up of while they're in the middle of the call to prayer, the Muslim call to prayer. You can hear the wailing go off in the background, and here he's preaching the gospel to dozens of young Ivorian men.
Even without a building, meeting under trees, but you just see the gospel going forward, churches planting new churches, believers making disciples, and it just keeps going. That's really what we desire to do, is serve churches and serve missionaries to impact the nations.
I think there are certain areas where traditional American missions models haven't worked well.
We have to be more creative.
I'm thankful for a director who's young and creative and has some good ideas.
The advantage of Open Door is the experience of Dave Smith and Kim Kerr, and really I don't think I can emphasize that enough.
And we're bringing more people together on our board to do just that, to think creatively and strategically rather than just accept a traditional model. When Christ was about to leave and talking to His disciples in the upper room, He talked about just as the Father had sent Him, that He says, so send I you.
God has given us a great commission. Matthew chapter 28, verse 19-20 says, go ye therefore, make disciples of all nations.
The Latin root for sent is missio, that we have been sent. And so I think that we each are given the mission of taking the gospel.
Where is God calling you? Is God calling you to a ministry?